Yes, y'all. Back once again with the breakdown. My name is Malls, and in this series, I'm going to be breaking down the lyrics and concepts and the story behind the songs from my new album, Subtle Reminder, produced entirely by Sharp Cuts. You can get a Subtle Reminder anywhere you stream music. If you're a real one, you'll get it from malls.bandcamp.com. I still have CDs available. You can find the link in the bio. Today we are going to be talking about the first single, Come Again.
Spread love to my people, give a hand when they need to, but shit, you know niggas still known to hate.
La 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 la.
Come Again was it was either the first or the second song I wrote for the album. I wrote it in November 2021. It was either one or two because there was a song that I wrote early in creating the album before I knew what the album was going to be that didn't make the cut. The song was actually, it's pretty much Sharp Cuts' brainchild. It was Sharp's idea from the whole time. He had the beat already. He had his verse on the beat already. When I was going through his beats in his studio, he was like, hey, man, I want this, we're doing this album together. I want this to be one of the songs. And he played it. And just from the beat alone, I was like, yeah, this is actually going to be the first single. I knew right away this was going to be the first single. Like I said, his verse was already on it. And I liked it so much, which is weird because this song has proven to be kind of one of those, you either really like it or you really don't like it. In my catalog from people that I've heard feedback on, overwhelming amount of people really like it. But the few people who don't like it, they're like, yeah, I don't rock with this one at all. And I get why, because it's a little bit different than what people are used to hearing from me. Even though it's not all that different, it's a lot more fun than a lot of my other songs and a lot more lighthearted. But the spirit is, something that I think is consistent, where I'm just trying to just give you flavor and styles. Again, it's something that I fell in love with the beat and Sharp's verse automatically. And that chorus was just brilliant to me. Simple, something you could sing along to. It's one of those songs that 8 to 80 could love it. Aside from a few things that I say in it, but we'll get to that. So the opening bars of the song, I had those rhymes for a really long time. Well, not those rhymes, not the whole verse. I had those opening bars for a really long time. Every now and then I'll just kind of get ideas in my head, and I'll either make a note on my phone or I have a whiteboard in my room/studio, and I'll just write, whatever it is up there to save for later. And when I heard this beat, I instantly went in my mind to the whiteboard, and I had those first couple of lines. Jack of all trades, I have mastered them. The elephant in the room, I'm a mastodon. Those two bars were, I said, they fit this song. The next two lines, Sharp Cuts on the beats, accomplish great feats, shit on any little thing you were rapping on. And for this song, there's not a whole lot of meaning behind the lyrics. It's just me just trying to showcase styles and be flavorful. I've always liked those songs like What from Low End Theory, the song before Scenario, where Q-Tip it's a beat that's a little bit different than all the other beats on the album, and he's doing a different style, and it's just something flavorful and something, a nice little change of pace. So that's why I just decided to go with it the way that I did, and just feeding off of Sharp's verse because it was already on the song. So the next 4 bars is January born date, I'm a Capricorn, little cutie caught my eye, an attractive joint. Says she feeling my style, hope this ain't too wild, but maybe later we could go reenact the porn. I was born January 15th. I am a Capricorn. Do with that knowledge what you will. Again, not a whole lot of deep thinking. It's just fly, flavorful raps. Then I follow that up with Let Me Digress, keep my business to the chest. When to reach out, don't call bruh, just shoot a text. Riley's finest voice, reach out to Budapest. Talent get you so far, hard work will do the rest. If you've followed my career, you know I don't really do those like relationship or sex raps. So that's why I said, let me digress and keep my business to the chest. I've said it on this, this breakdown series many times. And if you know me, you know it. If you want to reach out to me, do not call me, text me. I got you. Riley's finest voice, reach out to Budapest, just the reach of my voice. Talent get you so far, hard work will do the rest. I didn't go into it in this song because this wasn't the place for that, but that is something that has taken me so long to learn. For the longest time, I thought all you had to do was just be good at what you do, and then you'll get to where you want to be. But talent can only get you, so it can only get you so far. You got to work hard, you got to work smart, and you got to work consistently. And then the last 4 bars, I knew I had to kind of bring it home. And so again, it's not a whole lot of just deep thought or just, anything that's, I tried to keep everything very surface level with this verse. So the next 4 bars is, this will be your inspiration to motivate. 2-step to this joint we cultivate. Spread love to my people, give a hand when I need to, but shit, niggas still known to hate. So, just sprinkling a little bit of jewels and knowledge in a song that's not to be taken too seriously by saying this will be an inspiration to motivate, going back to the line before it. It's in telling you what I want you to do, just 2-step, it's a little song you can dance to, you can nod your head to, you can have fun to. It's, you could play it in kind of any situation. 2-step to this joint we cultivated. Spread love to my people, give a hand when I need to, but, niggas still known to hate. And I feel like, that's kind of self-explanatory. There's been plenty of times, where I think we can all relate to us helping out people, whether they be friends, acquaintances, associates, coworkers, whatever, and then just not getting that same courtesy in return from them, or just seemingly from other people, and just ended it on that. And then the chorus comes in, and again, that was all Sharp Cuts, and Sharp Cuts verse comes in, and it was one of those verses where I'm like, he didn't need to add anything else. Like, I felt like what Sharp did was perfect for this song. And so since this wasn't a whole lot to break down, I will give you some backstory on the video shoot for it. Again, instantly, I knew this was going to be the first single. I was like, there's probably not going to be a song that I make for this album that would probably be more like, I guess, universal and like something that can probably grab new supporters and, satiate the longtime supporters that I've had. So I knew it was going to be a single. So I automatically started thinking of like concept for the video. So the idea I had for the video was I wanted it to be like those old variety shows, those old shows like Ed Sullivan, where you would have the musical guest, Johnny Carson, but not like the 80s and 90s style, but like before, when it was, kind of those early days of rock and roll, and you had, like the Beatles on the show, or you had an early James Brown performance. So like guys are wearing, or the Temptations, and guys are wearing the suits and stuff. So I wanted the whole band idea that we used in the video, I kind of wanted it to be done like that, kind of American Bandstand style, where we're wearing suits. But in my head, I was like, yeah, I'm probably not going to get Sharp in a suit just for this video shoot, So I'm like, we'll just wear whatever. But I did want the whole, live instruments and band, because it's kind of a really acoustic sounding beat. It's not much to it. There's guitar, there's bass, and then there's like you know, the little drums. And it wasn't even, Sharp didn't even add drums to it. The drums are already in the sample. So I reached out to Major Green for the video. Shout out to Major Green, does incredible work. I worked with Major Green on video shoots for Precise's songs. So I kind of sort of knew what to expect, but not to the full extent. Real communicative, like, highly recommend him if you are in the Triangle area and you need a music video, or you need any kind of video shoot or photography. He does all that. So I told him the idea behind the video, and he kind of had a couple of ideas too. And as you know, the video has a B-side with Al Dunbar, and that was all Precise Politics' idea. When we recorded Al Dunbar, he was like, yo, you need a video for this where it's just black and white and just real grimy. And I was like, that would be dope. And because I kind of felt towards the end of the recording process for the album that Come Again may not hit everyone that I wanted to hit, as far as like my long-term supporters that aren't used to me sounding this way, I decided to put Al Dunbar on the B-side for the video, just to make you let them know that, like, okay, it's not all gonna be this happy shit. You know, I got the malls that you're used to as well. But going back to Major Green and just working with him, you know, we set up the logistics for the video. We were gonna shoot it in his studio, the studio that he works at. It has, you know, rehearsal space, so we just used the rehearsal space. There was already, you know, the instrument set up, and I'm not sure if they did that for the video or if they just had the instruments there because it's a rehearsal space and you rehearse. But it was just real dope. And when he came, we met up that day. Everybody was there. Shout out to everybody who was in the video. Precise, obviously Sharp, Finsta, Ice, and his homeboy, who I cannot remember his name right now. I apologize. And also a cameo by Sharp's youngest son, Jax. Made it for me. But met up with Major Green, and he's going over color treatments. He was like, hey, do you want it to look like, you know, this with these type of colors and hues, or do you want maybe this? And I was like, I wasn't expecting that. And I was like, whoa, okay, I really dig this. And so we picked the color palette. And we kind of ran through the video, and it was really quick. You know, the video came together really quick, really good. Sharp actually plays bass, so it looked like he was knowing what he was doing. Precise does not play guitar, so we just like, hey man, just do something. And he did. The drums weren't too hard, but Sharp still kind of directed Ice as far as like working on the drums. And then I knew that, like, we all kind of collectively had the idea of like there needs to be some kind of segue in between the first song and the second song, because my idea, I invited a bunch of people out to the video shoot. My idea for it was to have either, if a lot of people were able to make it, they could be in the audience. If not, we'd figure out something. And so it was only a couple of people that came through. Shout out to y'all. And so we figured it out, and we kind of came up with it on the fly of like, okay, it's after the performance, you know, Sharp and I are in the green room, and then a couple of guys come up and they're trying to badger me about when is the album coming out. And that's when you see, you know, Finsta and Ice's homeboy come out and just like, yo, when's the album coming out? Like, fuck what you talking about. When's the album dropping? And then Sharp had the idea at the very last minute to have his youngest son, who was there, just come back and just say, hey, Malls, when the album dropping, buddy? And it was just great. So then we moved into the Al Dunbar video, and I've already done a video breaking that down. So, I mean, that's all it is to it, man. Come Again, the first single, it got a lot of great feedback. A personal milestone for me in my career is that Chuck D played it on his radio station, You Don't Stop Radio, and he actually backsold it. And for those who don't know what backselling is, it's like when you're on the radio and the song's about to go off, but the radio DJ says, and that was Malls with his new song, Come Again. Like, Chuck D said my name, yo. Like, y'all don't understand how much Public Enemy meant to me growing up as a kid and how they influenced me. So that was huge that he played it and said, you know, me and Sharp's name and the name of the song and the name of the album. Like, I don't even think the album had dropped yet. You know, I was like, whoa, that's huge. And so again, most of the feedback has been positive. They've really enjoyed the song. They really enjoyed the video. And it was a song that I love performing it because it's just a fun song. But once again, you can get a subtle reminder anywhere you get music digitally on your Spotify's, your Titles, your Apple Music. But like I say, if you're a real one and want to support in a more substantial and robust way, you'll hit up my Bandcamp, malls.bandcamp.com. I still have CDs available. You know what I'm saying? It comes with liner notes, you know, which were important for me. This dope DJ Jazz Pants artwork. And I'll most likely throw in some extra goodies on top of a handwritten letter if you know what I'm saying, buy it on CD. So make sure you cop the album. If you do have the album, thank you so much. And thank you everyone for the feedback and the support you showed me. Please share it with your friends. Put your friends on like, yo, this dude Malls is dope, man. Like, listen to this album. Because I can't do this without y'all. You guys, you know, make a lot of this stuff possible for me, if nothing else than just the motivation to continue giving you guys this music that I have within me. So again, Subtle Reminders out now. Go cop that, make that album a part of your life. Malls signing off, y'all. Peace.